When I began watching anime, I took a shining to that real cheeky reality that writers will put their characters in. Everyday tasks that we see as mundane in the real world can be twisted into such a hilarious or even incredible event for these characters. Some shows do this really well, such as Nichijou or My Ordinary Life, with its hilarious storytelling, Skill Teaser Takagi telling the story of two students who secretly like each other, movies like Your Name with the fantasy element that plays into the initial love story. Surely my list can go on and on, but you get my point. But there's one show in particular that hooked me from the very start. It has humor, charm, love, and the sense of holding on to your childhood even as you grow up. Everything that I could have sworn wasn't for me. That show was Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. It's a series that was created by novelist Torako and illustrations of the novel from Nozomi Osaka, or Non for short. Originally, the light novel series was called Even with 8th Grader Syndrome, I Want to Be in Love, although later the series would be changed to Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. The word Chunibyo is Japanese slang for the embarrassing behavior of those who are still in the ages of their middle school years, or 8th Grader Syndrome. Perhaps for some people watching, I might not need to elaborate further on that. During the Kyoto Animation Awards in 2010, the series was given an honorable mention. This led to the animation company to release the novel series in June the following year, and an anime adaptation in 2012. From then on, the series itself would get 2 seasons of incredible storytelling and fun and adorable characters. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions is all about the 8th grader syndrome, characters who are still within their Chunibyo days and characters who have grown out of it by now. I'll get to that later. From the start of the show, you would assume that this would be just another funny anime to watch in your pastime, but before you know it, it turns into a love story that engages the viewer. The show will subtly and intentionally tease you. This keeps you immersed in the experience that the show wants you to be in. There have been multiple times throughout the course of the 2 seasons where I'm expecting something to happen, and just when the moment comes, nothing happens. But vice versa. Special moments between characters happen when you least expect it. There's always a reason to keep watching, and if it's not for the love aspect, it's surely for the humor. The show is genuinely funny. The pacing of the dialogue flows so well, so when a joke is told, it comes out so naturally. Never have I thought that this show was trying too hard to be funny, and that's saying something. I've had plenty of times where I've paused the episode just to laugh. Every joke that's told by a character just strengthens their personality even more so. Speaking of characters, the show follows 6 main characters: Yuta, Rika, Nibutani, Kumin, Dekamori, and Satane, along with a few others. And this guy, who is he? Doesn't matter. Let's start with Yuta, arguably the show's main character. From the very beginning of episode 1, the narrator uses Yuta as an example to explain what Chunibyo means. In middle school, Yuta was openly devoured by this Chunibyo-like behavior. Calling himself the Dark Flame Master, he would wear unspeakably embarrassing clothing and talk like an all-powerful being. Yuta is understandably embarrassed by his past. What we know is that he's moving to a new school far away from his previous classmates to start a new and fresh life. We're introduced to Rika, the show's actual main character and the best character of the show in my opinion, when she's climbing down her apartment building balcony on a rope passing by Yuta. This is the first time that these two meet. Rika wears an eye patch on her right eye, and underneath is a yellow contact lens that she claims is the eye of the Wicked Lord. She is consumed in the Chunibyo mindset, but that's okay. This alone brings so much to the show. Rika uses her own language to describe everyday tasks.
Unfortunately, Chimera has an insufficient supply of magic to maintain its form in this realm. Only artificial supplements created by man can restore it to its full power.
Chimera?
Yes, allow me to translate. In English, it's a gray cat with a mark on its forehead.
Which swings me back to my point. Every joke that's told by a character just strengthens their personality even more so. Yuta and Rika become friends, and shortly after, they find that creating a school club would be a great source of their time.
Another scheme to thwart our progress, but not this time! Prepare to die!
While trying to get students involved to start the club, they're introduced to Kumin. Kumin is trying to start her own club, and it's a napping club. This is perfect for Rika and her club, so in order to get Kumin officially evolved, they merged the 2 clubs together into what is now known as the Far East Magical Napping Society, Summer thereof. Kumin is obsessed with napping, and you'll no doubt see her napping at least twice in an episode. No, Kumin does not have Chunibyo, but she has said that she wants Chunibyo so that she can fit in with her club members. Yuta's not the only one escaping an embarrassing past. Nibutani is in the same boat as Yuta Yuta. Nibutani is a preppy high school girl who's popular with the boys and very protected of her reputation. She's moving from far away to escape her Chunibyo past, where she was known as Mori Summer. This was not only for her close friends, but also online, where she had a blog writing about all things Chunibyo. A lot of what she writes is almost used as the Bible of Chunibyo to characters like Dekamori. It's no thanks to Dekamori that Nibutani can't escape her past. Dekamori is a younger girl who suspects that Nibutani is not the real Mori Summer. This causes plenty of tension between the two. It's also worth mentioning that Dekamori is the servant to the Eye of the Wicked Lord. Oh, and yes, Dekamori is enveloped of the flame of Chunibyo. Finally, there's Satane. I won't go too into this character because she's introduced in the second season, but just know that she's also Chunibyo. I'd hate to spoil anything in this video for anybody. While the show, plot, and characters are all great, the reason I held on to the show so tightly was the romance between Rika and Yuta. And like I said, you wouldn't realize it's a romance anime until a few episodes in. It almost sneaks up on you, but once it does, you're hooked. Suddenly, every moment that they have alone feels so tense in the best way. What makes this love story so engaging is the relationship they have with not each other, but Chunibyo. While on one hand Yuta is suppressing his old ways, Rika is fully immersed in this behavior. Moments when Yuta channels the Dark Flame Master to make Rika happy is so sweet to see. I think what it truly comes down to is that Yuta loves Rika because she's Chunibyo. Deep down, Yuta knows this and maybe he's blinded by reality to the point to where it's unclear. All he knows is that it's Rika he wants. If I can make one final remark for this video, it would just be this. Make a season 3!